Relationships are what we make of them. There are two key elements in establishing any successful relationship, whether that be that with a loved one, with a work colleague, with your siblings, with your children, with your friends, or with your parents. And that is this: being able to clearly state exactly what you want and establishing clear boundaries. Also, listening to what the person in front of you also wants and respecting their boundaries. That's it. I know it's big. It's going to be a great topic. So, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time, hi, my name is Vanessa. I am a certified life and relationships coach. I help people connect to who they are. Sometimes they need a little bit of help, and we do tools to increase their confidence to be able to address the challenges or trauma of the past or what's present in their current reality, which allows them to gain self-worth and move forward as they create the life that they truly want. This channel is all about sharing. This platform is all about doing better and being better. So if you like what you hear, click thumbs up, subscribe, write comments, questions. I always get back to you. If you want something more, you can always connect to me on my website, which is vanessaleecurley.com, or you can email me with your questions at hello@vanessaleecurley.com. Let's get to it. Woo! Relationships. That's big. So the interesting thing about relationships is the most important relationship with any other human being is the one that you have with yourself. I know. As children, or before you could even speak, your environmental narrative and how you learn to express yourself, to establish boundaries or not, is directly influenced by your family home. Also, by your aunts and uncles, by your cousins, by your siblings. And as you get a little bit older, when you enter into school, there's also the dynamic of understanding who you are in that space, and you learn for your teachers. If you haven't learned how to establish boundaries for yourself and clearly state what you want, and also respecting the person that's before you by listening to what they want as well, and being able to negotiate a space so that both people are happy, woo! Then your life can get a little challenging. And it's okay, because you know what? It is so easy to blame our parents because we didn't get something or learn something or do something. It is so easy. However, here in this platform, what I do in my practice is teach you to be accountable and reliable to yourself. Because at the end of the day, the way that you navigate your life is solely on you. It's your choice. Scary? Yes, but true. So, I always like to teach my clients these three little questions when it comes to relationship. Do you know how to say what you want in a clear and respectful way? Do you, or are you aware of the triggers that really click on you when you're with another person? And then the third question is, what are you going to do about it? Understanding what are the triggers always goes back to a point in time in your past. That's why it's so important to learn the tools to be able to dig through all those traumas or challenges of the past and just be able to give yourself the mental space to heal from them by really acknowledging what are they, was it intrinsic or extrinsic, and what was I going to do about it? And that takes time, and that's okay. When you don't do these things, I'll give you a perfect example how it affects your relationships. So we're going to use Ken, just random person, random name out there from the universe. And he is married. Ken came from the type of family that the parents didn't talk to each other. There was resentment, there was anger, there were no clear communications, there were no boundaries set, and it was just turmoil and hurt all the time. Coincidentally, his parents got divorced because of it. And this is his point of reference in his relationships. And that's the way that he behaves in all of his relationships. So now he is married, loves his wife, and he's exhibiting the same kind of behavior. He sees that if he doesn't do something about it, it's going to be detrimental, and he's going to actually experience a divorce. And he doesn't want that because he knows what it was like as a child to experience that for himself, which kudos to him because he's doing something to be accountable and responsible to himself because he wants to change the way that he communicates with himself and his partner and do something to make it better. Yay, Ken. Okay. So this is what we did. Fixatious person. Just to use them as an example, because it's easy to use examples and stories to be able to share the tools so that you learn them, and then you get to also share them with others, and most importantly, use them in your own life. So Ken and I sat here and we talked about what is it about your conversations with your wife that don't allow you to express yourself? What is it in your relationship that you don't take the space to express yourself, what you want and what you need? And he said that he watched his parents, which is very interesting, right? He watched his parents argue and fight and say awful things to each other and be super disrespectful. And he feels that by being silent and not saying anything at all, that's going to allow his relationship to just go. Like somehow by not engaging or interacting, it's going to make the relationship okay. And then we asked a couple of questions, and I said, well, how does your wife feel about that? And he says, well, I can see that she gets super angry, that I don't engage, that she feels that I don't trust her, that I don't want to open up, that I don't want to communicate effectively with her and be able to gain some boundaries and some lines of how to move forward in their relationship. And I said, okay, have you ever expressed with her what you experienced as a child? He goes, I have, but not so deeply enough for her to understand. And I said, okay, so understanding how this works out for you in your relationship, you're only responsible for you and yourself and how you respond with every interaction. So for you, knowing that here's your marriage and you're moving forward, what you do does not reflect or define you because of what your parents did. What reflects and defines you is what you do from this point forward. So how can you engage in constructive conversations with your partner to express what you want, listen for what your partner wants, and be able to move forward? And that's what we actually did. He learned a few little tips and tools to be able to address his own lack of confidence, to be able to use his voice to express what he wants in his relationship, and also be able to listen to that of what his partner does. By going back and addressing that challenge or trauma in the past, allowed him to recognize that he's not his parents, that his marriage is not a reflection of his parents. His marriage is a reflection of where he is at this moment in time, and he can identify what needs to be fixed and do something about it. Does that make sense? Well, these tools are so imperative because 50% of all marriages end in divorce. And that is tough. And I truly believe that the reason why they end up in divorce is because as individual human beings coming together in a union, we don't always effectively know how to communicate. And also being respectful in how we respond to our partner in any situation truly is the foundation, as well as listening. So it's all about being respectful in the space, clearly stating what you want and expressing clear boundaries of what you don't want or what you do want. And listening for what your partner wants, acknowledging and respecting the boundaries that your partner wants, and being able to negotiate as you move forward in creating the life that you want. I trust that this information serves you well. Use it. Share it with your friends and family. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts, because this community is all about sharing so that we can do better and we can be better. Remember, when we value ourselves, we value each other. Take care.